Weens! It's good to see you. The people want to know if you're still alive. They want to know where you've been at, what you've been up to. Are you dating anyone currently? How's your professional life going? Weens, we just want one comment. One comment, please. Weens. Millie. Millie, is there anything you want to say? I suppose that's no comment for both the dogs. I've been getting a ton of comments asking if Lucky is still alive and well, and indeed she is. She actually will be turning 7 years old this year. And funny enough, Lucky and old Mildred are joining us on the most insane road trip that I think I've ever been on. Myself, Caleb, and of course the two pups are currently on a 2,000-mile trek from Texas all the way up to the great state of Maine. We're at the halfway point right now in Tennessee, and decided to start the video here because we are currently at Bass Pro Shops. I'm gonna bring the pups inside, let them stretch their legs after we've dominated 1,000 miles already, driving through the night and through the morning. All right, pups. Oh gosh, okay. You guys are so excited to go, and then you get cold feet when it's time to get out of the truck. We've got one wiener and one Chihuahua Husky mix headed to Bass Pro Shops. Don't ask me how Amelia's half Chihuahua, half Husky. I don't think any of us want to know. Do you want to get a dog?
I'll take a dog.
You want Lucky? She's going to be the easiest to manage.
All right, I'll take Lucky.
All right, you get Yuggy. That would alleviate a lot of stress for me. I get Millie. Come on, girls. Bass Pro Shops time. Wait! Wait!
I feel like I'm a jockey on a horse.
I know, dude, they pull. They got like 0.5 horsepower, but it's enough to kind of rip your arm out of your socket.
It's like my pointer finger's getting a workout.
Let these dogs take a quick pee before they decide to do it inside and make an absolute scene. So, the reason why you clicked on this video, obviously, is because of the title, I'm sure. And we won't be disappointing. There is a specific bite that happens every year up north that only lasts for a couple of days. And I decided to plan our departure from Texas to Maine right now in hopes that we can basically drive 2,000 miles within one stint and make it to this very pond and literally take one cast. Hopefully that one cast results in a nice fish. But for now, I decided to film the whole experience of traveling. I thought about starting at mile marker number 1 in Texas where I live, but that was a rough drive through the night. We basically left at like 9 p.m. and honestly just kept driving all the way through. But before we make it there, we got to stop off at Bass Pro Shops and, of course, get some gear. Wow. Wow. So, every year up in Maine, there is this crazy fly hatch that happens. It only lasts for a couple of days. Usually it occurs last week of May, first week of June. And it just so happens we are making our departure from Texas up to Maine on May 28th. It's May 29th now. We drove all the way through the night. It was absolutely miserable. But my hopes is to embark on this 2,000-mile road trip with Caleb and the pups and eventually get a chance to go to this very special lake of mine, this secret hidden honey hole, and get on this major fly hatch. Not to catch the flies, but to catch the bass and the fish that are eating the flies. Never attempted anything like this. Normally when we do these road trips, we break them up and we take our time, but our goal is to do this entire journey within one sitting. Caleb had actually a really good idea while we're here. We're gonna let the dogs pick out a lure apiece, and we're gonna fish with those lures as well. I also just noticed too, this Bass Pro Shops is locked and loaded with some googan baits. Millie, what do you think? First Bass Pro Shops experience. She's just wondering where she can poop. You a big googan guy?
I'm a huge googan guy.
You're just a googan. Lucky, do you want to pick out a lure for us? What do you think? Oh, which one? This one or the blue one?
I think it's the blue one.
The blue one?
I think so.
All right, little XPS frog. I've actually never fished with these. Good choice, Luck. All right, Mildred, it's your turn. What lure are we picking out? What do you think? Oh, Lucky, did you pick out another one? All right, Lucky picked this one out too. 6-inch lunker logs and a frog. Millie, you got to make a decision here. What are we buying? Lucky's already picked out two.
I feel very at home in this Bass Pro with Lucky as my emotional support dog.
Is that your emotional support wiener?
I suffer with asthma and allergies, and just to have something to comfort me is very supportive. So
Does her breath not tweak you out? She's got some halitosis.
We battle back and forth, you know.
Pick out a lure.
Lucky says I want a boat.
Lucky keeps picking out lures, and Millie's got cold feet. Millie got cold feet and didn't pick out any lures, but Lucky did happen to pick out a lure for Millie. We got a 6-inch lunker log in green pumpkin, my favorite color, and then one of these Bass Pro Shops hollow belly frogs. Let's go check out. What do you think, Mildew? Some big bass. She's
a little perch.
Yeah, she's a little unenthused.
She reminds me of a little parrot.
Millie?
Yeah,
Millie is a parrot dog. Get him, Lucky. Dude, she's in the zone. Get him, girl, get him. What's that? What's that? Get him. Lucky, that thing is the size of you. I'm surprised Millie's not more interested. She's the chow hound. Doing well, how are you? Just these two today? Okay. Well, mission accomplished. The dogs managed to pick out a couple lures. I mean, I say dogs, it was really just Lucky. I think Millie was just overwhelmed. First ever Bass Pro Shops visit, and she was starstruck, to say the least. But it is now time to continue our drive. Get another 1,000 miles. Once you already clock 1,000 miles, it's, you know, what am I trying to say, Caleb?
It's easy to clock another.
Hey, what I'm trying to say is I've got road trip brain fog. The next 1,000 miles goes a little bit easier. I'm actually none too worried about this. And this is also kind of the halfway point too. So the closer we get, the more anticipation builds. I'll say it again. We're literally traveling 2,000 miles to take one cast. This is gonna be fun. All right. Oh, they're ready. Millie said, put me back in my car seat. Put me back in my car seat. There you go, girl. All right, Weens, you're next. Okay, onwards. Life is truly too short to stop off at terrible gas stations when you're on a long road trip. Hey, whoa, easy. Hey, Luck. Hey, Luck. Let's not bark at the locals, okay, girl? Yep. Let's keep it under control. Okay. I try to be strategic with where we stop and grab food and go pee and fill up with petrol. When I'm out east, it's usually always Wawa and Sheetz. Sheetz not only has clean gas stations, but their food is not half bad. And it's so hard to eat good food when you're on the road. So when we're out east, it's Sheetz. When we're down south in the west, it's Buc-ee's. But unfortunately, there's no Buc-ee's out this way, at least yet, to my knowledge. I believe we got 830 miles left in this drive. The sun is starting to set. The dogs are getting quite antsy. So we're gonna get ourselves a gas station burrito and probably regret that about an hour from now. Regardless, we need fuel, we need to fill up. And Lucky probably needs to go pee. What's up, Weens? Where's your sister? Where's Pee-Pee? Where's Millie? Pee-Pee, are you back there? Did we forget you? Oh, there's Pee-Pee. What's going on, Mildew? What's going on, Mildred? Sheetz. Let's get it. Mission accomplished. Got our burrito. Howdy, partner. You guys are probably wondering why I call Millie Pee-Pee. And the reason is because when she was a puppy, I used to go out in our yard, which is in the country, and I just, I'd take a little take a little outside leak every now and then, and for whatever reason, Millie would be infatuated with trying to chase my pee stream around, and despite my efforts on not trying to pee on her, there was one time that she, well, you guys fill in the blank. She learned her lesson though. She stopped doing that. She blossomed into a very sophisticated and wonderful pup. No longer actually a pee-pee head, just the name carries on. The legacy of pee-pee head carries on. And Long Dog is called Long Dog because, well, you know, she's long. And Lucky actually got her name because one of my favorite hot dog stands in New Orleans is called Lucky Dogs. So just thought you guys should know that little tidbit. Anyway, guess what I got? Sheetz is not just good for food, but it's good for many other things, including giant bottles of Deer Park, which is second to Ozarka. Hand sanitizer, because I needed some for this truck. And of course, no road trip is complete without scooping some boosty packs. Sheetz sells Pokemon cards. I kind of phased out of the Pokemon craze a couple years ago. I was going pretty hard in it, drowning a lot of my daughter's future college funds in Pokemon cards. But every now and then when I see them on the pegs, I'm tempted, you know. The temptation gets to me. Caleb is now up to bat for driving. Huge shout out to Caleb for you know, being my passenger princess and my co-pilot, and also, you know, taking over the wheel when I'm feeling a little sleepy. All right, let's see what we got. Let's do the card trick here. Is it 3 to the front? Nope, I messed that up, didn't I? Yep, no, I messed that up. Damn it. Nothing. Waste of money. Here comes Caleb.
Be on the lookout. Oh, I'm on camera.
What happened?
Nothing.
Guess what I got you?
What'd you get me?
Open them up.
Pokemon.
Pokemon. Yikes, that's a bit cringe, Caleb, trying to call it Pokemon.
I used to be big into Pokemon Go.
Yeah, that doesn't really count. That's like what we call bandwagon Pokemoners.
I used to be big into Pokemon Go until I had my 13th birthday.
Dude, it wasn't even around then. I don't think the iPhone 1 was even out when you were 13. Oh! He's got a hit. Look at that.
I got a Luxray.
Luxray EX. Ding-a-ling.
Honestly, it probably has some Old Bay on it now.
Dude, did you not wipe your hands?
That's
Old Bay,
what I just did.
were you eating, were they have crab legs in there?
I had the little app sampler, and I had it dusted with Old Bay, but it wasn't dusted. It was like...
The app sampler at Sheetz.
It was harvested with Old Bay.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good. I went 0 for 2. You're 1 for 1 currently. That's actually a sweet card, dude. Look at that. Where's all my Pokemon lovers out there? I know there's definitely some of you guys that fish and also collect. I don't have any sleeves, though, for this, so hopefully it makes it safe on the way back. Although you just said you got Old Bay all over the card, didn't you?
Yeah.
Decrease the value by at least $1.
Something
2 for 2?
Like
2 for 2? Nah.
It's a Arcanine.
Arcanine.
You know what you're giving me, John?
What?
You give me some of that
Nerd vibes?
basic energy.
Yeah, basic energy. This road trip is just basic energy. But it's all leading up to something great. In a matter of less than 24 hours, Caleb and I will be floating on the water, fishing the Mayfly hatch for some northern bass. Some northern fish, I should say. We could potentially catch some trout too. Caleb, you're up to bat. Thanks for driving.
Thank you.
Wow, I look like I've just been on a 30-mile road trip. 30-hour road trip. 30 hours, 30 miles.
There's definitely a lot of 30 miles.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to this legend right here for killing the last 3 hours of the drive. We have made it. Welcome to Maine. And most importantly, yep, you can feel it. We're back in Maine. You can tell we're back in Maine because the truck is going side to side and, well, we are seriously bouncing. Not only are we back in Maine though, but we are just a few paces away from one of my favorite places in the world, that being Camp Claw. Pups, what do you say? Are you happy to be home? Home away from home, up north. You excited, Caleb?
I'm stoked. I'm excited to be up here.
Stoked, yet very tired.
Yeah.
Very tired.
Exhausted.
We did that in one whole trip. Didn't stop for really anything other than one time at Chick-fil-A, one time at Bass Pro Shops, and then just gas. That was it. We didn't stop at a hotel, didn't really sit down and have an eat at a nice diner because we did have the pups, and we also just want to truck through. I ended up being, I think, roughly over 30, I was doing the math, like 37 hours with all the stops, which is not bad from Texas all the way to northern Maine. Smells like Maine. Oh, the gimbal just got cranked. You see that? Behold, Camp Claw, baby. Looks so small from the front, and then you go around your back and you're like, oh my God, this guy's got a problem. Then you go around back and you're like, oh yeah, this is where he keeps all of his dumb broken toys. And then to the left of that is where he keeps all of his White Claws. And then over there is a broken side-by-side. Of course. Put it there, cuz. Crushed it. Let's shower up, regroup, let these dogs go pee, and well, you know, do what we came here to do, and that is get to fishing. Hey dogs, if you could do me a huge favor and this week just don't acquire any ticks while we're up here, that would be superb. Oh, what a sight for sore eyes. How I've missed this place. I hope that by the time I'm 80 years old, I'm still coming up here to Camp Claw and enjoying some of this amazing, beautiful weather. It has just started to get absolutely crazy in Texas. The heat, the storms, it's been nuts. We've had insane flooding by my house, and just north of us, we've had a unfortunate event where a tornado touched down. The weather and the heat is starting to pick up in Texas, so it's really nice to be here, where you hear the birds chirping. There's no wind. It's like 60 degrees. It's quite literally perfect. Yes, there are some bugs, but that's just, well, that's just the north, and that's nothing a little off can't solve and fix. We're exhausted, absolutely beat. I think combined, both Caleb and I took like maybe a total of 8 hours of just napping in the backseat of the car with the dogs. But all I have in my mind right now is getting on the water, and it feels so good to be out here on one of my favorite little fisheries. The conditions could not be more perfect. I will say it would be nicer to fish later in the evening, but we only have an hour to fish because I got to pick up the ladies from the airport. But regardless, maybe we can sneak in one fish. I don't see anything hatching, no mayflies quite yet, but I still think they should be looking up. First cast after 2,300 miles. Well, that was fitting. What happened? I broke my leader. Clearly I'm a hot mess today. I'm a hot mess today. I'm an absolute hot mess. I just broke off my first cast. I'm a hot mess. How was that cast? A little bit better. Didn't break off, which is key. Oh, what was that right there? Something just came up, right?
That was a loon.
That was a loon. Oh, I just got hit. I was not paying attention. There we go. That was so cool, dude. Unreal. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That is so awesome. Oh, I just realized that I'm bringing that. Ooh. Ooh, it's a good one. Oh my gosh. We did what most people probably would never dream of doing, and that is suffering on the road for 2 days straight just to get a bite like that. Look at that. That is a beautiful Maine smallmouth. He's not hooked very well, so he might come off. Regardless, I think there's more down there. Oh my gosh. Come here, buddy. Nice high 2-pounder. He's hooked good now. Oh, it's simple. Just grab yourself a Guggen blooper, find a nice calm day, head out in the water and make some casts. And you might end up getting yourself a nice fish like this. Dude, put it there. Mission accomplished. That's unbelievable. Let's send him back in the water so he can continue to eat actual mayflies and not our fake one. Later, Stinky. Whew. Oh, wow. This is the lure you need to be throwing right now, whether you're up north or down south. The blooper is my all-time favorite, and who also doesn't love a topwater bite? Normally I like to throw black this time of year because it resembles the black mayflies that are hatching in early June to late May, but I kind of wanted to go with something a little bit different today. Also too, I couldn't find any black bloopers, but this little cracked shad is kind of cool. If you guys want to pick up some bloopers, I highly recommend it. I'll leave a link down below and you can save 10% off if you use my code. Just get a little bloopy with it. All we're doing right now is just imitating insects on top of the water, fishing this bait really slow, super light line, 8-pound mono. It's important to use mono when you're fishing top water because mono floats opposed to fluorocarbon. And I don't like going straight braid because this water is so clear, so I want that presentation to be as natural as possible. Little 6'3" rod that I picked up in Japan, and I got a 200 size reel. That's all you freaking need. My little creek setup for these big bodacious topwater small jaws. Let's get another. See, the key with popper fishing in these super deep clear water reservoirs in the north is the action of the lure. It's all in the twitch. You gotta have a lot of patience with this thing if you want to entice a bite. Oftentimes when I'm fishing this popper up north, I'm not up shallow. Like I think people have this weird connotation that if you're throwing topwater, you gotta be fishing like anything to 5 or less. But I like fishing poppers in 25 to 15 up north. It's just something they don't see a whole lot of, and it imitates exactly what they're eating after a hatch. Sometimes they might think it's a little tiny bait fish struggling on the surface, but with these slow, soft little pops and twitches, I'm trying to imitate a bug. Like if you've ever seen a bug on the surface, it doesn't move too much. It kind of vibrates a little bit, tries to get back its bearings and fly away from the surface of the water. So I'm just slowly working this thing back to the boat. And also too, I'm not keeping that popper in the water for too long. I'll cast it out there, you know, fish it for maybe 45 seconds to a minute, and then I reel it in. And the reason for that is because if there is a fish even in like a 10 to 15 foot radius, he's gonna see that bait because the water's so clear and it's so flat calm. So any sort of surface disturbance is gonna grab that fish's attention. I also like throwing poppers with feathers on them because it does look a little buggy, and that's one of the reasons why I like throwing the Guggen. Unbiased, or it's a biased opinion I suppose, but I really do like these poppers. They've got such good action. They're durable. They come with good hooks. I don't ever change out the hooks on these. Good strong hooks when you're throwing braid to mono. And they've just got that fish catching ability. So right now we're keeping the boat in like 25 feet, casting at about 10, working it back into that deeper water. You will have fish shallow for sure. Don't get me wrong. Like, don't rule out the shallow water, but in clean water systems like this, you'll find that a lot of fish will roam around in the depths after they spawn and look for bugs, look for little tiny bait, whether it be smelt, shad. Slow and steady is the key. Just where you can barely see that popper making wake on the surface, that is the ticket. That was crazy. He came airborne out of it. There's a little point out here, and it's usually full of fish, but they're all about this size. That was neat. Just a small one. Not the caliber we're after, but hey, it is a fish. It's a Millie-sized fish. I guess what Millie thinks of this fish. I don't really take her fishing that much, and honestly, Lucky doesn't go on the boat too much either. Lucky doesn't care about the fish. She's like, yeah, whatever, dude, just put that thing back. But I don't know what Millie would think. Get a nice little sniff. Send it back. Nice little stinky. A couple brown stinkies in the boat. Oh, instantly. It's every cast on this point. Didn't even get, you don't have to work it. Every cast on this point. I don't know why the little ones like to sit on this, but they freaking do. Oh. Dude, this loon can leave us alone, please. Thank you. Get out of here, Loonard. Loonard, Schoonard. Every freaking cast. Just dinkies, though.
It's because of the braid. They like the braid.
They like the braid now. See what I did there? All right, dude, this guy literally is right where I just cast it. Get out of here, Loon. He's like, I'm gonna get that. He's going under to porpoise it. He's just going, jaws it. Oh, there you go. That's a good one. That's a good one. Nice. Leb is hooked up.
Feels so good. After the drive.
It's a nice one. Oh, that was cool. Sorry.
Look at he spit up, cross.
All right, get him. Ooh, that's a nice one, dude. Bigger than mine.
That feels so good.
Post spawner. That's 3-pounder. Hold him up. Dude.
I thought it was the fish.
Dude. Bro, those are my favorite. All right, hold them up. I'm like, dude, to be fair, we're tired. We're really tired. It was worth it. I'll sacrifice some pliers for a nice fish.
There we go. All right, the fish this time. He's going down to get him.
Yeah, go get him.
He's gonna come back up.
Oh, good one. Good one. I knew there was gonna be a fish there. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. They're not as fired up as they have been in years past, probably because we're fishing so early. The best time to get on this bite is in the evening when bugs are actually hatching, but they're still looking up. You still got some fish that are interested in the top water. He's not that big. It's a good one though. Quality, I would say. Quality smallmouth. Oh, they fight so hard too. How can you deny that a fish that eats top water and that pulls like this isn't worth chasing after? Oh, that's a good one. About a 2-pounder maybe.
Need the pliers for this one?
No, I don't need the pliers, and if I did, I have to go swimming. Oh, he's got a, oh wow, look at that. He's got a craw in his mouth. That's cool. Oh, that almost, oh, there goes the craw. He did have a craw in his mouth. Whoa, he's not done yet. He's still very green. There you have it. It's kind of like urban fishing. It's noisy over here. It's so cool too because this bite doesn't last very long up in Maine. Of course you can catch smallmouth on top water throughout the season, but when the bugs are hatching, these fish are firing and it doesn't happen for very long. So it's nice to come up here and land on this window. Nice 2-pound bronze back. So cool. Yep. Back she goes. Thank you, old girl, for batting. We're off. Back at the Bass Barn. It is pretty wild to think that we spent over 30 hours on the road just to fish for 1 hour and 15 minutes. That is truthfully how long we were out on the drink for casting poppers for big smallmouth. As anglers, we do very stupid things. We make crazy decisions like the one we've made this trip. I literally planned this whole drive so that we could arrive here in Maine in the morning to get on that bite, and it just so happens to have worked out. Rarely does that occur, but up in Maine, you've got so many fishing opportunities. The fishing up here is just abundant, whether it be smallmouth, brook trout, muskie, pike, striped bass, and of course a myriad of other different fish species that are available for us to catch in the North Woods of Maine. This video and today marks day number 1 up here at Camp Claw, and I'm very excited over the next basically 12 days to be filming up here. My goal is to try to at least pick up the camera, tell a story, and film a video for you guys every single day while I'm up here before we head back down to Texas, and then eventually head back up here in Maine. Things have just been absolutely crazy busy, but I love crazy busy, and I love also filming for you guys. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Drop a comment, let us know what we should do at Camp Claw next, and maybe, just maybe, we'll make it happen. But for now, I'm peacing out, signing out. Thank you guys for watching yet another video, and we'll catch you on the next one. As always, folks, keep fishing, never stop.